She answered one phone call in a millionaire's mansion, and in less than 24 hours, her life, her dreams, and her heart would never be the same again. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more emotional, life-changing stories that warm the heart and inspire the soul. A hush of elegance lay over the Whitmore estate. It wasn't just a mansion, it was nearly a palace in marble and light, the kind of beauty that didn't just whisper wealth, it declared it. Talia Bennett walked slowly through the polished corridor with a tray of fresh towels. She wore a quiet expression and a neatly pressed uniform, though she was off the clock for a moment. The warm sunlight rippled through the giant windows across her deep brown skin, highlighting the tiny golden earrings she always wore, her mother's old pair. Her mother, Evelyn, had worked here for 17 years, a respected live-in housekeeper who raised Talia with discipline, compassion, and the belief that dignity was something no one could take from you. Talia was 25, brilliant, fluent in multiple languages, and had dreams that stretched far beyond any mansion walls. But dreams cost more than determination. They required opportunity, and opportunity, until today, had not yet knocked. Not visibly, anyway. Nicholas Van Doren was not loud wealth. He was old world, calm wealth. He arrived that morning in a white suit, sharp and restrained, his beard trimmed, his expression composed. Dutch-born, now expanding his investments inside the USA, he had come to discuss business with Malcolm Whitmore, the estate's owner. But Malcolm was running late, and Nicholas was already impatient. He paced the living area with crisp, quiet steps, looking out the glass into the manicured gardens. He barely noticed Talia enter. Few of Malcolm's wealthy guests ever did. They saw the staff, not the souls. A sleek silver phone on the oak table buzzed loudly. Nicholas looked at it, then away. It wasn't his. He wasn't going to answer it. Talia hesitated nearby, then the ringing intensified. She gently set down the towel tray and picked up the phone. "Hello, Whitmore Estate, this is Talia speaking," a voice spilled out, rapid Dutch. Talia didn't blink. She answered, fluently, warmly, professionally. Her voice became fluid melody. "Ja, dat begrijp ik, ik zal het meteen doorgeven." "Dank you well." Nicholas froze, his heart startled, his chest tightened, his expression changed completely, because she spoke his native language, with confidence and accuracy. When she ended the call, she set the phone down, calm, modest. And Nicholas finally asked, "You speak Dutch?" She nodded. "My mother taught me English and French. I taught myself Dutch and German. Languages were my way of traveling the world without leaving my neighborhood." He stared at her, fascinated. "You sound like a diplomat." She gave a gentle smile. "I'm hoping to work in international communications one day." Nicholas wasn't a man who made quick judgments. Not normally, but something in Talia was different. Her self-possession, her grace, her quiet intelligence. Unlike many people who spoke to him with formality or strategy, she spoke from the heart. He asked softly, "And what stops you?" She took a breath. "My mother's health, and finances. I can't just move away yet. She needs support, and working here helps cover her medical needs. I'll apply for jobs when things are stable." Nicholas listened, not just hearing her, but feeling her story. Her sacrifice struck him deeply. Malcolm Whitmore finally swept into the room, apologizing for the delay. "Nick, sorry to keep you waiting." Then casually, as if Talia were invisible, "Talia, dear, go help in the kitchen." Nicholas watched the shift, how the light dimmed in her eyes, how her shoulders subtly lowered, how she returned to being unseen. Nicholas opened his mouth, but Talia gave the smallest shake of her head, a silent plea, not to cause trouble. So Nicholas swallowed his instinct to speak. For now, at the long dining table, crystal glasses glowed, guests laughed with indulgent ease. Talia assisted the servers, moving quietly, gracefully. Nicholas watched her more than the meal, not with objectifying interest, but with admiration. He noticed how she listened when others spoke, fully, attentively. He noticed how she smiled kindly at the elderly gardener when bringing him tea. A smile most rich guests never offered him. Her kindness was magnetic, her mind was radiant, and her heart carried depth beyond measure. Later, in the hallway, Talia was returning to her room with her mother's night medicine when Nicholas intercepted her gently. "May I ask you something?" he said. She paused. "Yes, what is your dream, the real one?" She looked startled. No one had ever genuinely asked. She spoke softly, but firmly. "I want to use my language skills to connect people from different cultures, maybe become an interpreter or international liaison." I want to help voices be heard across borders. I want to matter. Nicholas's thoughts stirred. You already matter. She blinked, her eyes warming. But after a beat, she lowered her gaze. I matter to my mother. That's enough for now. The next morning, Talia was helping her mother stretch after a night of joint pain. Evelyn, worn but loving, said gently, "Baby, you were meant for more than this house." Talia smiled. "I know. I'm working toward it." There was a knock. Nicholas stood there, holding a manila folder. "May we speak? Both of you, actually." They exchanged puzzled looks. Talia set her mother comfortably on the sofa and joined them. Nicholas breathed in. "Last night, I contacted a friend, a director for an international cultural liaison program in New York. They are looking for someone multilingual, someone intuitive, someone with poise." Talia's heart stopped. Nicholas continued, "I recommended you. I took the liberty of sending a recording of your Dutch conversation from yesterday, since the call was logged on Malcolm's system." They were impressed. He opened the folder. Inside, an official invitation for an interview. In 2 weeks, Talia covered her mouth in disbelief. Her mother's hand trembled as she reached for her daughter. "Talia, oh honey," Nicholas spoke gently, "this interview could change everything for you." Talia whispered, "Why? Why would you do this for me?" Nicholas looked at her, sincere. "Because brilliance should not remain unseen." He hesitated, "And because I'm drawn to who you are. Your mind, your character, your warmth." Her breath caught. No flattery, no arrogance, just truth, pure, respectful truth. Over the next 2 weeks, Nicholas found reasons to remain at the estate. Walks in the garden, coffee in the morning, discussions about culture and philosophy, laughter that felt effortless, comfortable silence that felt natural. He learned Talia's favorite poetry. She learned about his childhood in Utrecht. He admired her resilience. She admired his thoughtful integrity. But they never crossed a line. Not once. The affection was there, real, humming, warm, but unspoken, until the night before she left for New York. They stood by the garden fountain, moonlight silver on water. Nicholas turned to her. "Talia, I know that regardless of tomorrow's outcome, you will achieve something extraordinary. But if you allow me, I wish to be a part of your journey. Not to own it, not to direct it, but to witness it. And support it." Her eyes glistened. She stepped closer. "I've never met anyone who believed in me without conditions," she whispered. "You see me as I truly am. And that means more than I can express." Nicholas reached out, gently, and took her hand, not forcefully, not commandingly, but reverently. Their fingers intertwined. "I care about you, Talia." She squeezed his hand softly. "And I care about you." It was simple, honest, a beginning. When Talia entered the interview hall 2 days later, she radiated calm. She answered questions with clarity, discussed international relations with insight, spoke Dutch, French, German, and English with precision and warmth. The panel was astonished. At the end, they offered her the position. Not someday, not maybe, now. Her eyes filled with grateful tears, not of weakness but achievement. When she returned to the estate to pack her mother's things, Nicholas was waiting by the entry hall. She walked straight to him, no hesitation, and embraced him fully. "I got the job," she whispered against his shoulder. Nicholas closed his eyes with relief. "I knew you would," she pulled back, smiling. "You believed in me, before I believed in myself." Nicholas looked at her with depth. "Talia, this is just the beginning. Your voice will cross oceans. And wherever your path leads, I hope there is room for me in it." She touched his cheek gently. "There will always be room." A new life. Talia moved with her mother to New York. She began her work as a cultural liaison, bridge between languages, unifier of perspectives. Her mother's health improved with new care. Nicholas visited often, and eventually, they built something strong, steady, founded on mutual respect and affection. Not a fairy tale, but a partnership, 2 adults choosing each other. If destiny is a door, sometimes it opens with just one answered call, a voice in another language, a moment of courage, a spark of connection, and a future discovered.